So I've got myself a TP-Link router from Amazon. Uh, Bought it a couple of days before the actual Amazon sale, but I was in a hurry for it. Uh, let's just open it. Actually, I've already ripped it apart. However, I'll probably just open it and see. So it's a TP-Link AC1200 wireless dual band gigabit router, Archer C1200. It's a gigabit router. The reason I've taken it is because I've just upgraded my internet speed to 100 Mbps, and I need to now upgrade all my switches and other wireless access points to 1000. That's for gigabit speeds. So this is a 4-port gigabit router with a gigabit WAN port. It also has a USB port to which you can connect a printer or storage device. You can also connect an external hard drive to this, so that works out to be pretty great. Amazon packed the modem, the router, really well, and they did a good job of the packaging as usual. No doubt about their packaging, it's always very good, and it's Amazon verified as well. Let's open and see some of the settings that they have. So you have parental controls, quality of service, secure VPN. They use a special beamforming technology, which is the salient feature of the 802.11 AC, as well as MIMO technology. It supports IPTV, has a USB port, and supports IPv6. So it has 3 external antennas, 5 gigabit ports, which include the WAN port, 1 USB port, and yeah, it comes with a power adapter, a LAN cable, and a quick installation guide. Pretty good. Yeah, the router was packaged very well. Really good packaging from TP-Link, and I think they deserve a thumbs up. Let's just open the router. Let's see what's in there actually first. So we have the router, the actual device. You have a quick installation guide. There's a LAN cable and there's a power adapter. Just open the. So yeah, it's got 3 antennas that can be adjusted however you want. It's got a very good finish. So it's got currently it has a plastic sheet over it, but very good finish, I must say, from TP-Link. Great quality. And so now let's connect the router. Switch it on. These are all the LEDs that glow on startup. And now to connect the boot up sequence, it takes around a couple of minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes to boot up. I'll connect the LAN cable until then. Yeah. So it looks like it's still booting up. And the LAN cable, the LAN port has now started glowing. The wireless light has started glowing, both for 2.4 and 5G. So let's log into the console and then take a look, shall we? So typically here I can log in with my default password that comes in, which is typically admin when you log in, and post that you can log into the router and make default settings. So the settings include things like your time zone, which you have to set at the beginning. So in our case, it would be Asia Pacific. So Madras, Calcutta, New Delhi. And once you click next, then you have to select your type of connection. So in most cases, it is PPPoE. So you can enter your username, password. Followed by that, your wireless settings. So typically here you can see different settings. This is the basic settings, and this showcases all the basic functions that are available within the router. So you have USB settings, so you can plug in a USB drive as well. You can connect a printer as well. So at the same time, there are parental controls, so you can block certain websites for certain MAC addresses. If you want to give a certain time interval for a specific website, that it should be available only during that time, that's also available. Under the advanced tab, you'll get a full status page on all the details about the router, whether it's connected to the internet, etc., etc. Then you'll get your details on the on the LAN connection, your LAN IP. There are additional settings. So this is your DHCP server settings that you can configure for the IP addresses on the network. It also has dynamic DNS. So if you want to configure any dynamic DNS service, that can also be done here. This router can be configured as a router as well as an access point. So it has both the functions. So you can use this in both both modes. These are advanced wireless settings which you don't really need to look into, but they are available if you want to sort of customize and tweak your settings. Similarly, you have NAT settings which are there, virtual servers for port forwarding, port triggering in case you have any, if you're doing any gaming and you want to trigger those specific ports, UPnP, parental controls as I mentioned earlier. This is specific to the USB setting. So if you want to scan the router for any mounted drives, hardware drives, who you want to share it with, and as well as the print server settings. Similarly, you also have QoS, so you can define QoS parameters for a specific device. So normally you can do it by device or by application. So these are the list of applications that are available. Similarly, TP-Link has their own database of applications which you can upgrade. You can also turn on a firewall. There's advanced firewall filtering available, as well as additional security parameters that are in place to secure your end device. It also has support for IPv6. So you're sort of future proofing yourself from buying this router, as well as it acts as a VPN server. So it supports both OpenVPN and PPTP VPN. So you can set up a VPN server in case you have like a static IP and you would want to connect to home from outside. So the benefit of doing that is there, as long as you have a static public IP address. These are other administration settings that are available, like to do backups, if you want to manage the router locally, or you want to enable remote management from outside. So typically these are standard features that are available on any router, just from an administration perspective in terms of making changes to the admin side of the router. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, these settings are not to be looked at. I've just shared the screen just so that you can see what's available.